I want to talk about 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 7. That is, love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It's not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. What does that mean to you guys?
There's so many. We had heard a message when we went to Dallas on this, and he broke it down in hour and 20 of preaching. So it's very detailed, but like to me, I think, our faith in who we serve and the way that we serve is important to us. Living a life of service to God and to the people that he entrusts us to is so important. Loving those people and the give and take in our lives of, hey, I'm struggling right now, but we're going to have grace on each other. We're going to, I think the most important part of this is not keeping records of wrong. That's kind of one of those, one of the scriptures in that chapter that really, I feel like encapsulates us is we deal with disagreements. We look at things completely different sometimes.
You and her specifically?
Yes.
Couldn't be more different.
Yes.
You guys are incredibly different.
I didn't even realize how different we were until these last couple of years. We'll be married 14 years on Tuesday.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But it's really been the last 2 years that I've really realized how much I didn't understand about. But anyways, keep going.
Right. Just saying about, I was talking about how we really don't keep records of wrongs. There are things where I'm like, I kind of feel like I'm holding on to that and I don't need to. But we really come back around to, we serve our family, we serve the people that God has entrusted in us, and we come to an agreement again to just not hold on to things. And so I think we do that. Would you agree, Julie?
Yes, but it's not a natural act.
For you or for him or both?
I can't speak for Chris, but for myself, I know that not keeping a record of wrong comes in two ways, and there's healthy things that you've got to think about. One is it's just the natural friction of two people being close to one another. Those little things can build up into resentment, and that's where those are the things that I say, oh, I'm not going to let that stack up. It doesn't have anything deeper rooted in it. It's just the natural life of two extremely different people living a life together, and me saying, you know what? He doesn't see that belt on the floor. This is several years ago, but just a very like a mom-wife kind of story. But one day I was cleaning up, saw the belt on the floor.
After spanking our children.
No.
We discipline our children here in East Texas.
Yes, we do. We teach them the way to go. I was by myself. He wasn't there. And I felt the whole response in me of frustration. I was mad, all that kind of stuff. It wasn't any deeper than that, but it was however many years we've been married of that belt being on the floor, right?
Yeah. It was just that one day.
Yeah.
You'd had enough.
And it was like, and I was frustrated, and we've talked, I'll mention things, and then for some reason, it was one of those moments where I could hear the Lord speaking to me, and he said, why don't you just say yes to picking up that belt for the rest of your life? Just go ahead and say yes to it. And I just kind of let go of I could either keep getting more and more frustrated, or I can just go ahead and let go and just lean into, this is how it's going to be. And it wasn't a sad feeling. It wasn't like, oh no, my life's about to suck because
you have to pick up a belt.
I was like, no, it's just really not that big of a deal, and I'm happy to serve him. So those are like the little things.
That's awesome.
When it comes to big stuff, emotional things are happening, and I'm taking something from him emotionally time after time, or it's happening and there's something rooted there and it keeps coming up. Keeping no record of wrong does not mean denying that something has happened and we need to work through it.
Agreed.
You have to acknowledge it. But if that whole we're on the same team, we want the same thing. Something about that phrase, when I say, I want the same thing that you do, it dissolves a lot of the tension of when you're disagreeing on something. But then you can deal with something that has either caused hurt, it's caused hurt in the past. Like, you know, there's healing that can come through talking about it. And so there's times that have done that. But once we do that, once there's that moment of like, I see it, I see what you were trying to say, and I see from your perspective, and I'm really sorry that I hurt you. No explanations, no justifications.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry if I hurt you. No, if you're telling me that I hurt you, then I'm sorry that I hurt you. Once that moment happens,
in sincerity.
Absolutely. And in true humility.
Yeah, that is true humility.
That's when the intentional commitment to say that moment no longer gets brought up.